share with you a quote from Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes. He said, quote, "The most stringent protection of free speech would not protect a man falsely shouting fire in a crowded theater and causing panic." This is the argument that the mainstream media, progressives, and Democrats and news outlets like the LA Times and MSNBC use when claiming we should censor free speech when it comes to offending Muslims, especially now with the uproar over this moronic YouTube video. Let me destroy this argument. Shouting fire in a crowded theater has nothing to do with free speech. The reason why you can't do it is because you're disturbing the peace. People paid to get into that theater, and you're breaking the contract they made with the theater owner, even if it's public or private. Here's the difference. Free speech disallows the government to paralyze the content of what you say. The idea that saying something offensive about a religion is disrupting the peace is ridiculous. The left is arguing that the government should be able to stop the content of what you say because it may cause harm. So that's wrong. And so is Oliver Wendell Holmes. If someone yells fire in a crowded theater, the only way to react is to get out of the theater and save yourself because you think there's actually a fire. It's the only choice. When someone says something offensive about Islam, Muslims actually do have a choice on how they react. In this case, they chose to react with violence, and it wasn't necessary. Now, there's no way these two examples are comparable, and we shouldn't be putting Sharia-style blasphemy laws in place because people are offended by what someone said. It's funny. The left likes to complain about the separation of church and state, except when they're pandering to Islam. Now, what do you think they're going to do now? They're caving to a religion and letting religious laws dictate our freedoms. What happened to, quote, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion"? Are we supposed to give preference to Islam and its belief over the law of the land? Where are they on that one? Look, I'm not against their religion, and not all Muslims are violent radicals, but they can believe what they want to believe. That's fine. But when our president doesn't have the guts to defend our freedoms because these radicals are storming embassies and killing Americans, then I do have a problem. He has to explain this, who we are, and this is what we stand for. Plain and simple. You know, Mitt Romney, he came right out and said it. So why can't the president? If we start censoring the freedom of speech because it offends people or a certain religion, then where do we stop? And who gets to decide what is intolerant?